starting. Yo, what's up, you lovely weebs, weebettes, all you fucking freaks of nature? You know what it is. It's time for chaotic discord. It's your boy, Demi, your local god of calamity. 5 cents, and I'll punch you in the face. Promise.
It's changed up. It used to be you trip someone.
Man, the other one I was kicking him in the shins before, like last one. I change
No,
it up every week. Yeah, like I can't be doing the same thing every week. Like I gotta keep it fresh,
you
refreshing.
would hit someone for them for a nickel. Now you're punching. Now if they give you a nickel, you just punch them in the face. That doesn't seem like a very good trade-off.
It's a great turnout. Like, come on.
I don't think I'd pay you. I don't think I'd pay you a nickel just to punch me in the face.
I mean, I would, but
Can I pay you
I
a nickel?
also would pay myself a nickel just to punch myself in the face. But that's beside the point.
Can I give you a
Bodily
nickel?
harm is frowned upon against children. However, I do think it's fucking hilarious. But I'm here with my boy Tom Bombadillo. It's Chaotic Discord, and you know what? So we decided we made it. Did you make a list of your top 15 video games? Yeah, nay.
No, but I can name them off. That's not too hard.
Because I actually like spent some time to make my list, and it took a while to actually think about it and shit. Like for real.
Are you gonna be able to name a top 3 without having like ties? Because I don't think I can get a top 3 without having ties.
You know, the top 3 was really fucking difficult for me, but I think I did make a top 3 successfully.
Did you?
Yeah, out of all 15, I made an entire list 1 through 15. You know, because we're doing top 15 favorite video games of all time, and you know, I think my list is pretty fucking solid and pretty fucking standard. Like you could see in this list that I am your average video game player. Like I went through this list, I'm like, damn, I'm a normie. Fuck. So I do. There's a couple of things I did want to say that we are limiting it to one video game per franchise. So.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like, that's what I figured you were gonna do. Cause like we all know that, like the Halo franchise is fucking phenomenal, but like you gotta pick one Halo game out of the entire franchise. If you,
I mean, conceivably it could be a Halo 2, but for me it's Halo 3 because I put much more time into Halo 3.
I feel that, but so do you want to start off with your top 15?
We'll just go one by one. We'll just go down the list. You say your 15th, then we'll talk about it. And I'll say my 15th, and we'll just go down.
My 15th is Among Us, actually, because I put mad hours into Among Us during quarantine, and that game is phenomenal. Like,
did you really?
Yeah, I even bought it for Steam, so I could talk to people online and yell at them like the dipshits they are. Like, I play with a group of people also on Discord, and like we have like 7 or 8 people who will hop on, and it's a lot of fun. Especially when you get like a bunch of crazy people just like yelling at each other and trying to convince everyone and like go into the group chat. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I would actually put it in my 15th favorite of all time because I just enjoy the game.
Among Us is hilarious to watch. I've never played it, but it is great to watch.
I've sat there, murdered 3 people in a row, and no one ever voted me off because I was like, I was on the other side of the fucking ship, and no one could actually verify where I was. I'm just like,
that's kind of funny.
Guys, come on. Like, I'm obviously the killer. Like, one of you even saw me kill someone, and you still didn't say shit. There was also this one game where I saw someone kill someone, and then, like, he reported the body, and I was like, yo, I think it was this other person. And the guy was just like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I ain't no snitch. Just because you caught a body doesn't mean I'm going to snitch on you to the rest of them. It was also 1 killer versus 10, and like I saw him kill the first person. And I let everyone know I knew who the killer was, but I wasn't going to snitch on him. And every single time I voted for the same person, but no one fucking noticed that I always voted for the goddamn killer. Like, he got to the end of the game where it was just 3 people left, and I'm just like, bro, I know who the killer is. They're like, how did you know? I saw him kill the first body, and you didn't report it? No. Why would I report it? Like, I'm not trying to die.
Yeah, really. That puts a big target on your back if you don't get him voted out.
Well, it's not even that. I could have easily won the argument, but it was just the fact that I ain't no snitch. I saw this man murk a body, 1 versus 9. Like his first kill, I'm like, bro, like I understand being a killer. Like, come on, you could have some game time. Go kill some other people. You convince the other people that you want the killer. Like, I'm not gonna say shit. Like, you enjoy yourself. That's legit how I saw it. So what's your
Okay.
15th?
My 15th is Far Cry 3.
Far Cry was a really good series.
Um, they've gotten. I don't think they've gotten better as it's gone along, like at 4 and 5, as much as the maps have just gotten bigger. I think
Yeah,
3 is where the
I think
gameplay peaked at,
yeah,
and
I
with
agree with
with
you on that
relatively
one.
good
I
map
did like the
size.
storyline for Far Cry 4. Was that the one with the pastor, like the cult?
Well, then they're all kind of cults. Far Cry 5 is the one with like the guy who leads, who has like the different parts of his. I think Far Cry 5 is the cult you're thinking of.
The one with the girl and they're the Christian cult. Like, has like
Far
tattoos
Cry
all over his
4 is in
body.
like some
First you enter in
some.
as a sheriff
Uh,
or marshal.
yeah, that's Far Cry 5.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. The new Far
Far
Cry
Cry
is actually kind of
is
trash. I
some
ain't
weird
gonna lie.
order.
The new Dawn one, it's actually kind of trash.
What is?
The Far Cry New Dawn.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear very good things about that one.
Well, that's not really good. Uh, I mean, the Far Cry series is just a really good series in general. I feel just because of the fact that it was entertaining to play. It's fun to watch people play it. Like I just think it
I
was
think
all
one of the
around a
best
good
things
game.
about it was your. It was one of the first games that you could do like so many different approaches to first-person shooters, with all the different
Yeah,
customizations for snipers, assault rifles, pistols. You could sneak. You could lure animals, crossbow or not crossbow, but just a bow with explosive arrows.
yeah,
Just I
that
think
was a lot. It
just
was
like
a lot of
open
fun.
world wise, being able to interact with so much stuff and have so many different approaches for a first person shooter, it was one of the first ones to have
Yeah,
so
well,
much.
I never really considered it a FPS though, to be honest, because of the fact I always
It is
thought
a first person shooter, but
it's an FPS. Don't get me wrong, but I always considered it more of an open world, like
it's just an open world shooter.
yeah. In my 14th, I actually have Fable 2 because Fable is such a good series, and like that, honestly, I spent a lot of time building up characters on Fable. I just recently rebought it on Steam because it was on sale, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want Fable." I got all 3 Fables though,
It's
so
interesting you say that because I'll tell you in a minute. But
why?
my
Why is your
14th
14th Fable?
my 13th is gonna be something. Is gonna be the original Fable, but we'll get to that. The original Fable is so
Oh,
good.
that's great. That's great. Yeah, no, Fable's just fantastic as a series, though. Like, it's one of my favorite. I like the Fable 2 the best because that's the one I started off on. So it's kind of my go-to. I also was number 3 the one where you start in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I preferred that one over the original Fable 2. I don't know.
Well, the
Maybe it's
problem
just
with
me.
3 is that no matter how you play the game, the ending is the same.
Yeah, that's what I like about Fable 2 also. Is that you can play the game however you want and you're just like it's just a lot of fun because there's always a different way to do it. Creating a new character is so fun and then playing them out and trying to like that's actually where I learned to like create a character and stick to like that character profile. Like that's really where I learned that. Like, okay, yeah, so this is how I'm gonna go entirely evil route. Or I'm gonna go entirely good route. I'm gonna go bad and evil, like chaotic neutral. And like you could actually just like sit there and figure out like how you were gonna go. And it changed the story and it was beautiful. That's why I really liked it a lot.
My
So
14th is the Civ series.
you gotta pick
I love
one.
civilization.
You're gonna pick Sims 4, aren't you?
Civ 4 is so good.
I hated The Sims. I could
No,
never get into playing
Sims,
Sims to
not
save
The
my
Sims,
life.
Civilization.
Bro,
The
I couldn't get
the
it playing Civilization. Like, I couldn't play that game whatsoever.
I loved Civilization.
Civ was
It's so
so
good.
bad for me. I did not
Oh,
have the patience for Civ. It's why I
I
don't have the patience for Minecraft.
I suck at the game. I very rarely win. I just have so much fun with it.
As long as you have fun, I guess. All right. So don't make fun of me for my number 13, because I actually made a lot of friends growing up off this one, and it was Wizard 101. So ironically enough, I had like 6 or 7 friends that I made, like real life friends that I met over Wizard 101, and we met through Wizard 101. And I remember because I didn't have a membership, so like I was just constantly using like the trash fucking ones, and I couldn't go to any of the worlds. So like I managed to get like a level like 30 wizard just being in Wizard World just because I was grinding out everything. I got all the badges for fucking the Wizard City. And I was just like, I can't do anything else.
I can't make fun of you because my number 12 is going to be bad too. But my number 13, as I already said, is going to be Fable, the original
Yeah,
Fable.
yeah, we can skip over that one. Don't hate on me for my number 13. So number 12 is actually a Legend of Zelda game. It's Majora's Mask, which I think is which everyone says was the most challenging Zelda game. And now that when I go back and play it, like I agree wholeheartedly. But I have no
Oh,
idea what the fuck I was on as a kid because that game was easy as fuck as a kid.
you don't overthink things when you're a kid. You just look at
Bro,
it and
like I swear to God, like I get to like game like Majora's Mask. But the issue with Majora's Mask is like you're supposed to overthink it. Like those
yeah.
puzzles are difficult. But what the fuck was I on as a kid that I was a goddamn genius and now I'm just stupid as fuck? Like I swear I passed through Majora's Mask like so easily and now I'm just like, yo, I don't even know what I'm doing. What's WASD? How do you move forward? Like I swear to God.
There's too many Legend of Zelda games for me to try and pick one to put in my anywhere in the list. There is one in the top 10 that I just picked, but there's just so many that could be. You could name so many Legend of Zelda games that are so good.
See, it was really tough putting this at number 12 because Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite franchises. And I'm just like, damn, I really have to put this in 12? Man, this is tough. Because the ones I have above it are just games that took over my entire childhood. So I can't really place them lower than Legend of Zelda.
How many of ours? Okay, so I have a feeling like our top five, if not our top 10, are gonna have a lot of the same games, considering we
Oh,
played almost.
I thoroughly agree. I think that's gonna happen. So what's your number 12?
Number 12 is gonna be Club Penguin.
Yes. It's a shame global warming killed Club Penguin.
Dude, I put so much time on Club Penguin when I was in like fifth,
Bro, I
fourth
was
and fifth
debating
grade.
on Wizard 101 or Neopets. I'm gonna be honest here.
My cousin did Neopets. I never really got into that one.
I played the shit out of Neopets as a kid, and holy fuck. I also played the shit out of Club Penguin, so I
Club
was
Penguin
debating
was so
between those three,
fun.
and I'm like, I'm gonna go with Wizard 101 because I actually met people from like my area who played that, so
I
like I
remember you
can.
playing Wizard 101 and watching it. It just never looked interesting to me.
It's really not. It's really
I
dumb. It's
also
a
had a
child's
WoW
game.
membership and you
But as a
didn't.
kid, it worked out. I met real people and real friends from playing that game.
Yeah.
So my number 11 is you're gonna understand this, but I'm gonna let you guess it just by me saying this. Super lag.
Oh, it's gotta be like one of the Call of Duties or Battlefields.
You nailed it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the
Yeah.
game we played religiously. Like it's not even like it's the best Call of Duty out of. I think Black Ops 3 is the best or Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty out of all of them. And but holy fuck, did we play the shit out of fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when we were growing up? Like we would come over, switch off every hour. One of us would play WoW, and then the other would hop on Call of Duty or Oblivion.
I
Like
remember times we would just be standing still and we would suddenly lag inside of a building, then back
and then
outside and then into the sky. And we're just sitting here
Bro,
like,
I remember the time where like we hopped into a game, and then I lagged so bad that I spawned on with the other team, and just
I
dropped a fucking
remember
grenade and murked them all and myself.
that was funny.
Bro, that was brilliant. Top tier moment of my life.
My number 11 is going to be Gears of War,
That's a good series.
specifically because I played with Ace before I even knew who Ace was on it.
Yeah, you guys were pistol sniping each other across the fucking map.
Yes, we were.
So that's completely under. Actually, Gear of War actually has one of the best storylines too. I think.
It does have a good story. I think it kind of went off the rails after 3, but
I
for the
mean,
first couple
yeah.
of games, it had a really like interesting storyline.
See, I was debating on like for 15th of putting Metal Gear Solid for it because Metal Gear Solid is honestly one of the best franchises.
It's so good.
But
I just can't remember. It's been so long since I played any Metal Gear game that I don't even know which one I would put in anywhere in my top 15 because I don't
yeah,
remember
that's
numbers.
exactly why I didn't put it in there because it's really
It's
been that
so
long.
long since I played a Metal Gear game. Like I know it deserves
But
a spot somewhere in there. I just don't. I can't. I don't know
I
what it
I
would be.
couldn't place it. Like if we did a top 20, I think I could, but not a top 15. I
No.
think it'd be in my top 20 or top 25.
So now
Uh,
10.
so my number 10 ruined a bunch of my friendships. Now understand, this is a game that we made shirts for, and when I was living in San Diego, I had my Luigi shirt. My friend had his Toad shirt. My other friend had his Donkey Kong shirt. Then one had a Peach shirt.
Oh, I know what this is gonna be.
So we all said my shirt and all the other threes except for DK's said I steal from DK. The third guy's DK shirt I am DK and I get stolen from. And we would have those shirts anytime we would play Super Mario Party. And man, we have so many memories. I think we actually I don't even talk to the DK kid anymore. But like I think he actually felt bullied the entire time because like whenever we had the option to steal, and we specified, and we saw DK had coins or a star, we stole from him. No matter what, no matter if it would cost you the game, we stole from him. Which is why we had the matching shirts that said "I steal from DK," and then he had the shirt that says "I am DK and I get stolen from."
Okay. So my top 10, and I hate to put this here because I hate the game now. I don't hate it. I just can't play it
League.
anymore.
You're gonna play League.
It's League.
I knew it. I couldn't even put that in my top 20. I hate it so fucking much now. I
hate
looked
it.
at that shit and I'm
Game.
like, no,
I
no,
physically
this
can't
isn't
play
going
it
in my.
anymore.
This isn't even going
I
in
will
my
punch
top
my computer.
100. If I were to make a top 100 video games of all time, it would not go in there. Like that's how much I hate League now.
It's not
League
a bad
was the only game I've ever played in my life that made me angrier than when I started playing the fucking game. Like if I was stressed, and normally I go on to play video games to unstress, unwind. League made me more stressed.
It is the most stressful game in the world to play.
Bro, like I don't understand.
And no
What,
matter who I get as a teammate, is always an idiot.
like even playing with your friends, at least one of you goes fucking retarded too. Like it's just like come on. Like I believe in you. You can do it. I
And then they
swear. Just
what is
believe.
wrong with you? You're an idiot.
You're
I
an
hate
idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And then you get banned for calling people idiots. Like, damn, well, just stop being a little bitch and get good at the game, scrub. And then in the next game, I'm an idiot. And I'm just like, damn, I'm really stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I had to put it in
So,
there. I
I
put so
think,
many hours in the league, it just had to go.
yeah, I can't put it even my top 100. I've had so many rage moments in League. I do
I
love watching people stream League because I understand their pain, and when they go through an entire rage moment, I feel their pain and I laugh at it. Like League players' pain fuels me, but playing League does not. Empties my soul.
okay.
But my number 9 is actually I feel is a super underrated game that most people wouldn't put in their top 15 video games of all time. It's Guitar Hero 3. Cause I remember playing the shit out of that game and like just like stunning on people. And it was really annoying was I learned how to play guitar before I learned how to play Guitar Hero. So
I didn't even that those games didn't even cross my mind while I was making my list. I think that
yeah,
deserves a
well I was just
mention,
like I
but
literally just thought of it. I'm like Guitar Hero was honestly one of the coldest fucking games. Like Guitar Hero 3 was one of the best. Like trying to play through the Fire and Frames on like legendary mode and then just watching people like stream that shit, walk out the room and then still get 100% perfect score. Like that's just wild as hell. Like what do you got to be on to like know what you're doing that well on that fucking game?
they go to
Like
that
what kind of
practice mode where you
ADHD
play
pills
like
were you guys on?
10%
Like
speed.
Ritalin, Adderall? You gotta let me know. Like hit me up in the comments what you were on when you 100% of that shit in another room.
I think the thing that Guitar Hero really had going for it was that it was the first of its kind.
Yeah, well, it's also that controller was like just a lot of fun with having friends with you. Like
Yeah.
If you had to like, and almost everyone around had like a Guitar Hero game and a Guitar Hero controller just because it was so fucking cheap to buy.
Yeah. It
Because
was cool when like World Tour and Rock Band came out and they introduced like drums, guitar,
yeah,
bass.
I think Rock Band was a really good game, but I spent so much time on Guitar Hero 3. Like that was just a fun ass
Yeah.
game.
Guitar Hero had better songs for the most part.
Oh yeah. It also had a higher level of difficulty. It was like I think it was one of the best rhythm games. So I actually had a debate on this one for putting it in my ninth. It's either going to be Guitar Hero 3 or Dance Dance Revolution. Because I love
Uh,
Dance Dance
I'm
Revolution.
out. I can't do Dance Dance
Bro,
Revolution.
I love DDR. My God. I used to go to arcades when I was living in Hawaii and they had a DDR machine. Every single time, straight to DDR. Like, I had one of the high scores on that machine for a couple of the songs. Just because of the fact I love playing DDR. You notice whenever we go to that fucking arcade bar over in where you live, like I'm just like, yo, come on, DDR, be up, and then it's always unplugged and doesn't work. I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, I just
It's been
want a
broken for a
good
long
rhythm
time.
game. Like DDR is a lifestyle. Bro, I just love like I love active video games. Like when they introduced DDR with a dance pad that you could bring home, like I played the shit out of that. It gets to the point I destroyed the dance pad because I was stomping on it so much. Shit was wild back then.
My number 9 is gonna be a lesser known indie game, Dungeon Defenders.
Oh yeah. I remember playing the shit out of that with you.
Me and Nate, the amount of hours we put into Dungeon Defenders, grinding gear, playing the hardest
Bro,
difficulties, and doing
I
survival.
remember when it was
Oh
on
man,
Xbox and me, you, Ace on Xbox would play that shit all the time. Like that was
we 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 moved to computers and had to start from scratch. But yeah,
yeah,
we
but that was on
we
Dungeon
played on
Defenders
Xbox all
2
the time.
though.
But
That was on
Dungeon
Dungeon
Defenders
Defenders.
is so much
That
fun.
was on 2 though, wasn't it?
What?
That was on 2 though when you moved over to PC, right?
No, it was still Dungeon Defenders 1.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Dungeon Defenders 2 didn't come out until about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
5
remember
years.
that back in like when I was that one and Castle Crashers we played all the time on Xbox.
Okay. It's a good thing you mentioned that next.
Is that your number 8?
Yeah.
You know, Castle Crashers actually didn't make it onto this list because I just remembered Castle Crashers. But I wouldn't even. I don't think I would have placed it onto the Castle Crashers onto this list. I would have placed it in like a top 25. Just
No,
because,
Ace
like,
and I, like, even after you moved away, Ace and I beat that game so many times on the hardest difficulty and got like
bro,
all
I
the
kept
gear and did
beating that
100%
game after I
completions.
moved away. Like, I introduced people to Castle Crashers and got them hooked onto it. I'm just like, damn, am I bad? Is this
It's just
good?
such a. It's not even that it's a hard game. It's just that
It's
it's
just
such
a
a fun,
stupidly
simple,
annoying game
like,
that's
simple
really
game.
fucking
It's so
good.
enjoyable.
It's
It's
just
so
enjoyable.
yeah.
Uh, Actually, for my number 8 is Mass Effect 2. Because I really like the Mass Effect series, and I think 2 is the best one out of the. I think there was 3 so far. There might
I
be a
think there's
fourth.
four now.
I'm not.
Counting there's Andromeda now. I think there's 4.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I haven't played Andromeda yet, but like the Mass Effect series just such a good fucking series. Like the storyline, killer, and then like it's just easily played through. It's not horribly difficult, but you can raise the difficulty up. But it's just a lot of fucking fun. Like I just appreciate like the Mass Effect. I could go back and replay all the time. Like it's just a fun game for me.
I've only played the first one. It was a good game. I just never played the rest of them.
Yeah. All right. So for number 7, and this is one of the OGs of OGs of PlayStation games, is Sly Cooper. Now,
Yes, man, such
bro,
a good
I
game.
literally remember spending hours upon hours building into Sly Cooper on all 3 of the Sly Coopers. I think the first one was by far the most god tier one out of all of them. I really like the third one because you could become a pirate and actually like have ship battles, and it was one of the first like actual games where you could pilot a ship and shoot cannons and like do everything.
Yeah,
And I really appreciated that aspect of it. And like you could hop onto their ship and like take control of their ship and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But holy shit, did Sly Cooper 1 hit different? Like that had some of the best like quotes and like It's such a good storyline. Like Sly Cooper series, they need to do a revamped version of. I swear. If they do, like I'm buying that shit immediately. I'm watching Steam Store constantly to see if they ever drop it.
Are you?
Yeah, they have it. They don't have it on Steam because it's an old game. But I'm just
Yeah,
like, please, please put it on Steam. I don't really want to go through that fucking process of downloading a PS2 emulator because there's so many with bugs. I just don't trust a
that's
lot of
true.
them.
There is so many out there with bugs.
Yeah. So what's your
Okay,
number
my
seven?
number
Your
7,
lucky number seven.
and this will probably be the last one before they start becoming games you would guess, or that would be typical.
Yeah.
Xenoverse 2. I love the Xenoverse series, and 2 was so
See,
good.
I'd put that on my top. I think I'd put it in my top 20 because I spent a lot of time playing it. But the issue with Xenoverse is the fact that for the storyline, I think the multiplayer was phenomenal. One of the best multiplayers for fighting games. But the
See, I couldn't do the
storyline
multiplayer
went from
PC when
stupid
it came
fucking
out.
easy to the next fight being goddamn impossible. Unless
Yeah.
like you were max leveled. Like the Mira fight where like after he got rid of Toa was so fucking stupid. Like he got stupidly strong. Like there was no point in making this man stronger than any other fucking character at that point in time. Like you could barely beat him unless like you were max level and like you entered the level at like everything else before. That's just this is like the easiest fight I've ever had at max level. And you enter that, I'm like, I still can bear. I'm struggling against you at max level. Holy fuck!
The thing, I never got to do Xenoverse multiplayer really, because when the game first came out on PC, and that's how I played it, multiplayer was bugged to hell on PC.
That's because people on PC are fucking retarded.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, what do you think I'm on right now?
Well, we're both on the same thing. How are we on Discord?
Using your phone. I
My
noticed
phone is.
that for the first This Chaotic Discord podcast. By the way, you need to send me that so I can upload the first episode
Send you
to my
what?
channel. Oh wait, shit, you don't have it. Fuck.
My computer working
RIP
yet?
the first episode of Chaotic Discord. Only on Spotify.
Yeah, it is on Spotify still.
She can't take it off
I think.
Spotify.
Let me check. Let me see if it's still on Spotify.
I think it is. That'd be funny if it was. So, for the viewers who just are tuning into my channel, uh, Chaotic Discord podcast, we originally had a Spotify setup for it, and it was set up through him because it's supposed to be posted onto his channel originally.
It is
It
still
was
there.
posted originally onto his channel,
It is the
but
first
they
one.
all got randomly deleted because YouTube chain's a bitch, and I'm a very aggressive person. No,
If
not
you
really.
if you
But
search if you podcast on Spotify and search Chaotic Discord, we are the first one that shows up, and it says
That's
authors
because
are
we're
Tom
the only
Bobbitt and
podcast
Nicky
that
Dog.
says Chaotic Discord. It has me and him with Super Saiyan here, because like
Yep,
we went next level on that one. That was actually one of my favorite episodes we did.
that
Like
was
I was
so.
doing that shit off my phone. I just want you to know that, guys. Like my quality is so bad. That was back in the days when even my laptops wouldn't fucking work.
It is still there on Spotify though. That makes me happy. That's funny.
Right? I didn't even realize that. So for my number 6 for my top 15 is actually Star Wars Battlefront 2. I just think that was such a quality fucking game. I spent so many hours just pouring into like doing like conquering people and beating people. Plus, it was one of the best RTS like real time strategy games like to date. Honestly,
That's true.
like Halo Wars was a decent RTS, but like I just didn't like the RTS like it as much as I like Star Wars Battlefront. Battlefront just had it nailed. Plus the Starfighter fights was so great. Like you could hop in a Starfighter and just start shooting at people, and that was like the best thing with space battles for me. I love doing it. Like, but I can't play it on PC just because I don't like playing like racing and flying games on PC. I have to have a controller for them just to make me feel better. Cause I always fuck up the controls with PC for some reason. I feel like
My
that's how it is for a lot of like racing games though. You have to have a controller
Yeah,
for it.
I want a controller for racing games. My
Yeah.
six, it's either Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or Revelations, and I always get them backwards. I don't know which one
Revelations was the
to
one
do.
where you went to Turkey.
Which
No,
one?
Brotherhood was the Turkey one, right?
Then it was Revelations, because you're still in Rome.
Yeah. That's Revelations then.
Okay. So Revelations was so good.
Yeah, I remember, and wasn't Revelations the one also where they had the fucking glitches that you had to find, and like it was the hardest fucking logic puzzle in the goddamn world.
I think so. Let
Like
me
I
look.
forget what those were called, but like they were just that glitch in the fucking the glitch in the matrix, I guess is what it is. But holy fuck. Those logic puzzles were so fucking difficult. I remember us constantly looking up the fucking answers of those just so we could 100% the game.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah. Cause I
Yeah,
remember that, and like that was like the hardest part of the fucking game, and like that was challenging. Those logic puzzles were nothing to sneeze at.
that was such a fun game.
Yeah, I actually don't have an Assassin's Creed on my on my top five. I forgot about Assassin's Creed as a franchise entirely because it is one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Bastardo.
But for number five, and you'll love this. It's a Pokemon game, but guess which one?
I I have three guesses.
Name them. I'll tell you if you're right.
Either the Black and White series or Black and White 2. I don't know which. I can't remember which one you like more. Um, the Soul Silver, Heart Gold, or the original, nah, or Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire.
None of them. Pokemon Coliseum. The
Oh, see, I
absolute
never seen
apex
that.
of Pokemon was Pokemon Coliseum to date. And no
Yeah,
matter what anyone says,
no,
that is
I
still the
agree. It's the
best
best one.
Pokemon game, even if you can't complete a Pokedex. Like, how is it? There's no Pokedex. There's nothing in it. Like, you couldn't catch wild Pokemon, but it was still one of the best Pokemon games.
It, Coliseum is so good.
Bro,
Best,
Coliseum
best.
was the apex. Like, that's what every kid wanted. Was Pokemon Coliseum. I remember playing the shit out of that game. So we had this cousin who was when my parents were getting married, my dad was getting married for the third time, I think. I think so. Well, we went over to like his fiance's family's house this before the wedding and spent like a week there. And we were talking. There's this girl who was my sister's age. I think she's my sister's age actually. But so she had a GameCube at Pokemon Coliseum. So I would go up to her room and just play the fuck out of that game the entire week that we were there. And she's like, "You really just took over like my GameCube." And like, I hate the fact that Pokemon Coliseum is not just beat on my GameCube. I'm like, you can reset the data. Was my reaction.
Coliseum is so good.
Oh my
It's.
god. I'm
I wish they
honestly
protect the skill mechanic.
that's the thing is that it always slips people's mind, but that's still my hands down favorite Pokemon game to date. Have you got the new Pokemon Snap yet? Because I
No, I
haven't.
want to. Is it good?
I haven't. That's
Oh,
what I was gonna ask you. Is it good?
someone at work
I've
told
seen
me they think it's
gameplays of
really
it. The gameplays look really good. I think.
good. Someone at work told me it's really good. They've
I've
enjoyed
seen
it.
the gameplays of it. I think the gameplays look really good. So
It looks.
like it looks phenomenal, but I haven't played it myself, so I'm not gonna like hold a quote on that. So what's your number five? You froze. Okay, you
Oh
back.
no, you froze on my end. I was sitting here still
You froze
talking.
on my end too. Well, either way, you're number five.
My number five. This is where Halo comes in. Halo 3.
Because my number four is Halo 2. Yeah, this is where we're gonna see all of them like the fucking same. I'm sure you
Yeah,
can guess my top three off like just the bat. I'm
dude.
sure I can guess your top three as well.
Halo 2
But
was so good, but the
Halo
reason I
2
picked
had
Halo
such a
3.
phenomenal storyline. It was really the first introduction to the Halo series. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, the reason I picked Halo 3 though was because of multiplayer, the big
Halo 3 had
map,
the best multiplayer.
and Forge. Forge mode just changed the game.
Oh yeah, like that was it was so nice actually being able to edit the maps. I still love
Yeah.
Halo 2 also, mainly just because of Red versus Blue by Rooster Teeth was such a god tier
Versus
fucking
Blue is so
creation.
good.
Red versus Blue. So there's this guy I worked with and he didn't know about Red versus Blue. So I was like quoting Red
Oh,
versus Blue the entire time. And he's just like, I don't understand. I'm like, bro, go watch Red versus Blue on like I think it's on YouTube entirely. Like the entirety of Red versus Blue is on YouTube for free. And I'm just like, go watch it. Promise. It'll change your life. It's great. Phenomenal. Go watch it. And he did. He's like, I fucking hate you because I was like, now I'm addicted to watching this. I'm like, that's because it's
my,
addicting. Like that's why I told you to watch
my
it.
favorite Red versus Blue quote is, "We've been tricked, we've been backstabbed, and we've been
We've been
quite
quite
possibly
possibly
bamboozled."
bamboozled. What is your gender? Evil. I mean, what's in your pants? Doom. All right, we're just not gonna get anything out of this. So yeah, my number 4 is Halo 2. Since your number 5 is Halo 3, what's your number 4?
My
Like,
number 4 is going to be. This is where it started getting hard. This is where it started
yeah,
getting like really hard to pick games, and I was sad that I didn't make the top 3, but I think it had to. Oblivion.
yeah. I figured it'd be coming up because, ironically enough, my number 5 is Skyrim.
You mean your number 3?
Oh yeah. My number 3 is Skyrim. So I understand your pain because I had to choose between putting Skyrim and Halo as 3 and 4, and that was such a hard choice for me because I love the Halo series. Halo is so brilliant, but I've just put so many fucking hours into Sky. Like the fact that I've and what on just on Steam alone I have over 1,400 hours of Skyrim, and I've had Skyrim on damn near every single console I own. As soon as I get it, I just download fucking Skyrim. Like I don't know what it is about me, like just going back, like that's my greatest like comfort game of all time is Skyrim and Oblivion. I just re-downloaded Oblivion to Steam, so
I love replaying Oblivion. The only thing I hate about replaying Oblivion is the
it's,
super long sewer tutorial entrance.
I love it. That's my favorite part of Oblivion. Like I think that was one of the best
I
like
feel like I'm in the
intros.
sewers for like an hour and a half doing nothing.
You can speed run it. You can speed run it
Yeah, I
in like
know.
30 minutes.
Yeah. I just remember we have so many save files that we can never
Oh
even
my god, we
now
spent so much
because we
time
glitched out
on.
so many towns
We spent
with.
so, like if we weren't playing Modern Warfare, like one of us was playing Oblivion while the other was playing WoW. So what's your number 3 then? Since we already noted Skyrim and Oblivion as respectively as 3 and 4. What's your
This,
3?
this is my first person shooter, the original Modern Warfare.
I thought so. I figured that'd be coming up. I'm honestly surprised it didn't. I thought it would rank lower on your list, honestly.
I
So
have.
once you didn't
You
say
know
it, I'm
how
like, yo,
Did
I
you
thought you
know
would
how
have
many
ranked
times
it
I
around where I
pretended
had
to use
mine,
all gold camos on guns in Modern Warfare? I had
bro.
all gold guns in Modern Warfare so many times.
I hate the new Modern Warfare because I spent time to get Damascus for all my guns.
You mean
Four
like the recent
months of
Modern
time.
Warfare?
The new Modern Warfare, yeah, the one that now turned to Warzone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got Damascus for it when it was still Modern Warfare, and that was like the biggest fucking achievement after like 4 or 5 months of grinding that game with
I
like,
remember you talking about that. Yeah.
it's honest to tear like just killed me off of Call of Duty for the rest of my fucking life. I swear, I do not want to play it again ever. Like I stopped playing Call of Duty after that for like a good. I still haven't touched a Call of Duty game even after the new Black Ops came out, Cold War came out.
Really?
Like I still haven't like I my buddy owns it, but like I haven't touched it. Like I burned myself out on Call of Duty so bad on doing that. Just because it was so ridiculous to get all the diamond camo and then get Damascus. Like that's all
Yeah,
gold
that's
camo
true.
for every single weapon.
Have you tried Cold War?
Nah, I mean like I've tried it. I didn't really like it at first. I hear there's a big improvement on it though recently, so like I might go back and try it. It's just
Okay.
I killed myself on Call of Duty after that earning
We're down to
Damascus.
the top 2, man. I know what each of us has to have in at least one of these spots, and if it's not there, I will punch you. I will drive to your
So
house and punch
I
you.
just want you to guess what number 2 is. Because there's only 2 games you know of that are my 1 and 2. Like, you know both of them. They're
I
owned
can
by
only
the same goddamn fucking
okay.
company.
So one of them. Okay. Well, obviously, one of them for each of us has to be World of Warcraft.
That's my number 2.
Okay. I have a question. It will be my number 2, unless I can put a stipulation on it.
What is
If
it?
I can only count World of Warcraft pre-Kata, just Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King,
Bro,
it's 100%
that's
number
what
one.
got me hooked. Like, honestly, it's not even like pre-kata. I think anything that like, what was the one after kata? Was it mop?
Yeah, Mop ruined a
Yeah,
bunch. Kata ruined
pre-mop.
a bunch of stuff.
I actually really like kata a lot. I think after kata though, it went downhill real quick.
Yeah, but the thing that a lot of people have problems with Kata is that Kata is the one that got rid of skill trees where you could really customize everything. It wasn't Mop. Kata
Yeah.
got rid of the skill trees.
Yeah, I remember because I remember we were playing. I was playing Burning Crusade with you because we were trying to grind your hunter up to level 55 so we could get a fucking Death
Yeah.
Knight before Wrath of the Lich King dropped. And then when we finally did it after putting in mad fucking hours, I actually downloaded the resubscribe to World of Warcraft just so I could play WoW Classic, and that's so much fun.
Dude, I
Like,
want
I'm
to play.
having such a blast playing WoW Classic right now. Like, it just takes me back to my childhood and nights. Like, we just stay up and like every hour, one of us was on WoW, the other was playing Oblivion or Call of Duty. Then next hour switch, and like just it was just so much fun when I was a kid. Like, we spent so many sleepless nights, and then we'd have fucking George Lopez playing in the background, jumping up, and like I'd like
Every
that
time.
shit was fun.
Or
Every
SpongeBob when we got a little SpongeBob for
yeah.
some reason too. If nothing else was on.
All right. So yeah, like that would put it at your number 1 with that stipulation. I think that stipulation works because I don't like the
Okay.
new World of Warcraft right now. I started a
That's
new character just to fuck around on the actual World of Warcraft, and I spent like 10 minutes in. I'm already level like 20. And I'm just like, nah, this is boring. It's too
then
easy.
my number 2 is Borderlands 2.
See, Borderlands didn't make it in my top 15.
This is me and Nate. This was our game.
I like Borderlands a lot. I think it is one of the best games. I even had like I think it was one of the like actually a really great game. I just couldn't put it in my top 15 because I didn't put enough hours into it. I
Yeah.
really appreciate the gameplay though, and like that's one of the best games when you're playing when you're tripping on acid because it's just so colorful and everything
It is.
just
It
pops.
really is.
Everything just pops. Honestly,
So you're
like
so World of Warcraft is your number 2.
yep. Can you guess my number 1? Come on. Everyone who knows me should know this. Like, this is literally something I've been trying to get you to play for a while.
Overwatch.
Of course. I went to the grand finals for the goddamn esports. Of course it's my number 1 favorite game of all time. It's such a honestly, I'm really surprised that I didn't put Apex on here though, because I really like Apex as a game. I think it's the number 1 battle royale. I just want to throw that out there. Apex is my honorable mention. And I really would have put it up there if I would have been playing the game longer, for a longer period of time. And that's me trying to also avoid recency bias since like recently I've been putting in mad fucking hours into Apex and just
Yeah.
grinding away for everything. Like Apex
I
is
like
so much
that your
fun.
number 1 and your number 2 are both Blizzard games.
Yeah, I said that before. They're both owned by the same company. But
What?
like Overwatch is just taking over so much of my fucking life. Like I still watch the esports teams. I went to the grand finals in Philly in 2019. I was sitting there top row watching the Shock dominate the Titans. Like I love Overwatch. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It's the only game that I watch the esports team of. I still watch a little, that's a lot. I watch a little bit of Call of Duty League just to see how they do, but I don't watch it nearly as religiously. Like I actually follow every single match and team in Overwatch, whereas Call of Duty I just follow the Chicago Huntsmen.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like it's just such a good thing though for me to watch, and like I love being passionate about it because it's just so much fun. Overwatch is such a fun game. I'm really sad. R.I.P. to the man, the myth, the legend, to Jeff Kaplan, the creator of Overwatch, because he just left
Blizzard.
Blizzard recently. But honestly, like, I still put mad hours into Overwatch. Like,
So, we've made it through all 15. How long have we been going? I think it's only been about 45 minutes.
it's been exactly 45 minutes.
Yeah. So
But,
let's give
oh,
her
you got any honorable mentions
let's
then?
go. Let's do like a quick genre breakdown. Let's do like a favorite game for each like a genre.
Oh, gosh.
So like,
Uh,
let's start off
so,
easy. Let's do strategy. If you had to pick a strategy
strategy?
game,
I probably Tetris.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Okay, mine would be Civ. I love Civilization's a good strategy game.
I spent a lot of time playing Tetris as a kid because I
I
don't
never
know
really got
fucking
into
why.
Tetris.
I don't know why, but I spent a lot of time playing Tetris as a fucking kid.
Okay, what about like a platformer?
Platformer? Probably Super Mario Brothers.
Mine's gonna be super. Mine's gonna be Super Mario Maker. I love Super Mario Maker.
If I'm gonna be specific though, I think Yoshi's Island was like the best platformer for Super Mario series. I think Yoshi's Island was the best one, just because I had so much fun on that one.
Its graphics are so weird and colorful looking. It's so cool to look at and watch.
Oh, I know, I love it. Like it was still one of my favorite platformers.
Okay, what about like racing game?
Fighting games, I'd probably have to say I spent most of my time playing Xenoverse 2, but I really love Smash. I'm absolute garbage at Smash, but I
What for
love
fighting?
playing it.
Did
Super
you say
Smash
fighting
Brothers.
game?
Yeah, fighting game.
Yeah, mine would be Xenoverse 2.
I would have
Or
if we're going based off time spent playing, it's Xenoverse 2, but like my choice is definitely just hands down Smash Brothers. I'm absolute garbage at it, but I have so much fun playing the game with friends and shit.
I'll take mine back. It's not Xenoverse 2 for a fighting game. It's one of the original Soul Caliburs. Chris Casto and I used to play Soul.
Oh yeah, so it was Soul Calibur 2 that you played with Chris Casto.
That's what I thought it was 2. We put so many hours into Soul Calibur 2 on his PlayStation 2 and mine. Oh, Soul Calibur 2 is so much fun. That would be my number one fighting game.
Okay, so let's go with RPG. I'd have to say Kingdom Hearts. Because I really love the Kingdom Hearts series.
Really? I never really got into Kingdom Hearts.
I love playing that series. And
I tried 3, and it was just too easy, and I lost interest
because I
never felt
on the
hardest.
Even on the hardest difficulty levels, 3 was stupidly easy. But
Yeah.
1 and 2, and then Chain of Memories was so like the storyline's so good, and the fact that there's actually a manga, and like there's a manga made for Kingdom Hearts. It's so goddamn good too. I love it. Like Kingdom Hearts is just such a good ass game too, because it really hits you in the fucking feels, and like the cinema, like the cinematics for it at its time when it came out were just so awe-inspiring. Like I remember in the first one, like that entire storm of darkness coming over, and you're just like, whoa, holy shit. Why did the sky just disappear?
I remember the game, and I've watched it. Yeah. I think RPG-wise, for me, I think that's where I'd put Borderlands at. I wouldn't consider it any kind of shooter game. I think I'd have to throw it in the RPG category.
I remember the DLC for Borderlands 2 was the one that was a Dungeons and Dragons, except they called it
that's Tiny Tina's DLC. It was the last DLC that came out.
Bunkers and Badasses. That's what Tiny Tina's one was.
What?
It was the Bunkers and Badasses DLC.
No, I don't think that's what it's called.
It was Tiny Tina's Bunkers and Badasses. Because that was the game that they were playing, was Bunkers and Badasses.
Is that what it was called?
Yep, because they instead of using Dungeons and Dragons, it's Bunkers and Badasses.
No, it's called Assault on Dragon Keep.
Yeah, but like the game. The D&D.
Oh, they're playing, yeah, that's the game they're playing. It's called...
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm a D&D player. I know what I'm doing. But the fact that, like, I went and replayed that recently off my Switch for Borderlands 2, and I went through that entire series. I'm like, I understand Tiny Tina's, like, entire, like, annoyance with DMing, because I've been a DM before, and I'm just like, Tiny Tina, I understand when you want to do something a certain way, but your people won't let you. Like, it's such an annoyance.
Tiny Tina's entire like character and personality in the game is just like a whole mood. It's just she is just the whole thing.
overly phenomenal. Like, let me tell you.
She is by far my favorite character. I love Tiny Tina.
I have to agree. Ooh. Ugh, that came out of nowhere.
Let's do racing.
The Need for Speed, Carbon.
Yep, mine too.
Like, I remember. So, actually, can I change it?
Yeah,
Specific.
sure.
Wait. So, do you remember those games that came out for the PS2 that used that vision thing, like the iCam and like the fucking hoverboard game that came with like a hoverboard that you can actually like pretend like you were ollieing and doing stuff and like you could get a racing game?
Was that PS2? I thought that was the PS3 game.
It was the PS2 because I remember I never had a PS3. I've only ever
Okay,
had a PS2.
I know what you're talking about. Now I've got to look it up.
But that hoverboard game, honestly, one of the funnest racing games I've ever had. That or the Star Wars Pod Racer game for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. The Star Wars Pod Racer game for that was absolutely god tier, especially when you can unlock Darth fucking Maul as a racer. Are you kidding me? Like, oh, I spent so much hours just unlocking people on that.
It's called Airblade.
Yeah, that game was honestly like a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, because it got me the feel of a Sonic game without the stupid ass fucking extra like things. Can we talk about the Sonic games for a second? How absolutely abysmal they were
They
outside
are
like when they went to 3D. But goddamn, their song tracks were fucking fire every single time. Like every single song that band, like I have a guilty pleasure for Sonic games. I love Sonic Heroes, one of the best Sonic games out of all time, in my opinion. I play that shit still.
You do
I
realize
love.
it's a
I
trash
actually
game,
like
though.
that Sonic game, and that's one of the worst ones out of all of them, according to everyone. But
Yeah,
is my biggest guilty pleasure game right there.
they were okay even as a 2D game.
Yeah, but when they went to 3D, like, let's be real, Shadow the Hedgehog was an entire like fuck up. Like you gave Shadow guns, and that was like the cool. That was
Yeah,
your big branding. And then the gameplay was absolutely masochistic to like the fucking player.
yeah,
Like it was just so fucking bad. The guns barely worked half the time. You had to pick up fucking extra shit just to get them to work, and you're just like, bro, like, come on, like, make this easier. Like, you're stupid. Like the gameplay is stupid. Like everything was bad about Shadow the Hedgehog. But hey, Shadow has guns, right?
yeah.
He can
Let's do
wield two AKs, you know.
let's do adventure slash exploration games. I think this is where Legend of Zelda comes in.
I have to say Breath of the Wild.
I was gonna say that too. Either that or Twilight Princess. I really like Twilight Princess.
Yeah. But exploration too. I think Uncharted is one of the better ones. I
You
really
can
like the Uncharted series.
do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know if it's considered an exploration category though.
I don't know, 'cause it's more linear. It's not really.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like I can't really say it's like an exploration one. Like it feels like an exploration game though.
I understand what you mean. It does feel like one, but it is a linear like first
I
person
mean,
shoot.
like also like with exploration games, I feel like we could include Assassin's Creed because like there's so much time we spent exploring every inch of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, we really did explore every single inch of two in Revelations.
God, we put
That
stupid
was
amount of
hours,
hours
man.
in here,
Climbing every single building, like getting all the map unlocked. That was hours.
bro. Like the hardest thing was finding those fucking glitches in Revelations. Like those
Yeah,
glitches were in the most difficult to spot and hardest to reach places. And then once you got them, you got that impossible fucking logic puzzle. Like
yeah,
honestly, I'm amazed we put so much time into completing that. Like, I put so much more time into 100% games as a kid than I do now. Like, I still feel a need to like 100% a game, and like I feel accomplished when I do. But then I burn myself out from that game because that's exactly what
yeah.
happened to COD. Like, I
It was
100% COD,
it was some.
basically.
It's something that's easier to do when it's two people. Like we would switch off and we
Well,
talk and we were having fun the
that's
whole
how
time. When
I
you're doing
was.
it by
Me and my
yourself, it's
roommate were doing it when I was with when we were playing COD. Like when I was at work, he was playing. When like he would sleep then, and I'd start playing. Like we'd flip off. it worked. But holy fuck, was COD just like annoying to grind? Like
The
if
time
it takes
sink.
over, listen, if it takes over like 4.5, 5 months, 100%, like you're gonna burn out yourself out no matter how many people you have. That's just how that works though. But also, like, I feel like if you 100% it with like another person, like you guys are playing together at the same time, it's a lot easier too. That's why
Yeah.
I like a lot of the online games a lot more. Like you notice a lot of mine were like open world online games too. Those
What about? I don't know if
MMOs.
you play many horror games. What about like a horror game?
For horror, so playing with friends, I actually was this fucking one game I had before.
There's Dead by Daylight. There's Dying Light. There's
Oh, if I'm playing by
uh
myself, Dead by Daylight for
there's
sure,
7 Days
but
to Live or something.
that's not the one I'm looking for. It's another one.
I think Dead by Daylight was the really popular one, and they
I play Dead by Daylight still, but this is I'm talking about for ones with friends actually.
I thought Dead by Daylight was. It was like the one with one serial killer and the 4 people trying to
Yes,
survive.
that's not the one I'm talking about though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I like how you clicked off of Discord and now your camera's frozen.
yeah, that's expected. In Silence actually is one of my favorites. Hold up, let me redo this camera.
What's it called? I'm gonna Google it.
In Silence. I just had to look it up real quick because I couldn't remember it
Multiplayer
whatsoever.
horror game. I kind of thought you'd pick Phasmophobia.
See, I normally would pick Phasmophobia, but In Silence when I'm playing with friends is one of my favorite things because of the
I
fact
watch
that
people
when
play this.
so
Yeah,
this is the one that reacts to how loud you are.
yeah.
So I remember playing this with my friends who played it for the first time. And there's this feature where like you press a certain button and it lets out like a party balloon thing and it makes a big sound so it attracts a creature to you. They could see you clearly. And like the creature was apparently around the corner and then just ran up on them and fucking just ate them up. And it was like the funniest thing because they were trying to fight him off. And the other person was like, "What do I do? What do I do? How do I save this person?" I'm like, "Press B." And I press B, and it's the same fucking thing happens, and the creature kills them too. And I'm just like, "Yes, this is a success." Like that was the greatest. Like, and then I got the gun and shot the thing, and I was just like, "That was great, guys. Like, thank you so much. I needed that laugh." Like, I was just dead, dying from laughter the entire time.
I
It
think
was just a
mine would
fun
be
game.
Until Dawn.
What?
It's called Until Dawn.
What game is that?
It's a horror game. It was all motion capped and like used real actors, like renders of real actors and stuff.
Okay.
And it tells such a good story of like a bunch of friends who go up to like a cabin on a snowy mountain, and like each couple of friends has their own relationships, and as you make decisions throughout the game, it affects the relationships. You can determine who is alive by the end. You could
That's
have
actually
either
really
certain characters
cool.
alive, you could have everyone dead and in the game, or you could have everyone alive.
That's actually really cool. It reminds me a lot of like
It's
the
so much
Persona
fun.
series. I play the shit out of the Persona series because of the fact that it's just such an you have so many endings for Persona that you could customize your character so many different ways, and it's such a joy to play. It honestly makes me forget that I'm playing a JRPG game.
I look at the gameplay and it just does not look appealing.
See, that's the thing is it's stupidly appealing. Like it doesn't look that way, but like as soon as you start playing it, you're just addicted to Persona 5. Like the
Did you
Persona
play the
series
Final
just
Fantasy VII remake?
what's up? See,
Did you?
I don't think Final Fantasy is the best in the series. I think 6 is.
Well, did you play the remake though? Is what I said.
No.
The remake was so much fun.
I did not play the remake cuz I didn't have a PS3. Never owned a PS3.
The remake was on PS4.
I never owned a PS4.
Okay.
Shit hasn't changed. I said the only PlayStation I've ever owned, but earlier in the stream was a PS2.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of my PlayStation games. That's why I couldn't really put God of War as in like in my top 15. Even though I think like storyline wise, I would have. Like if this was like being a story based games, I would have like changed around the storyline a lot. My list would have changed entirely. I think, but
See, there
I
was
just
games I wanted to put into my list. It's just they're games I started playing recently, or they're games I don't have quite as many playthroughs of, and I don't know where they fit into the list with games that I have hundreds of hours in. Like
yeah. That's why I had
I
to
want
put Skyrim. Like I had to choose between Skyrim and Fallout. I really spent a long time debating on which one I wanted to put more time into, and I'm just like, I like Fallout 4. I play the shit out of it, but like I have Skyrim on every fucking console I've got since the game came out. Like I
yeah.
can't imagine not putting Skyrim on my list over Fall. Like, and then I was like, I don't really want to put Fallout 4 because it's basically fucking Skyrim except future like Dead Man Wasteland.
See, there was three games that I really wanted to put in the top 15. They probably should have been the top 10. It's just I don't have enough hours in them to know where I would put them. I want to put the God of War PS4 version. I want to put Sekiro, and I want to put the original Dark Souls. All of those
Yeah.
deserve to be in my top 10 somewhere because I
See,
love them to death.
I think Apex at some point will earn its way into my top 10 because I think it's the best battle royale, like FPS, out of any of them. Because it's you could be really mechanically strong and be able to like win 3-on-1 fights, but it's really like there's not like an overly like large, like you have to have a high amount of skill to actually be able to do that. Like it's you need to work as a team in Apex, which is why I adore Overwatch because you can't win, you can't solo Overwatch no matter how great of a player you are. You go on a 6-on-1, it doesn't matter how high your health is, like you're going down. And once you get concentrated fire, that's just how it is. That's why Overwatch is so fun to me because like there's you have to play as a team. Apex is kind of the same way, but it also allows you to be like solo and be able to do things on your own. Like it gives you enough strength to be able to like take on an entire squad on your own and win. But it also makes it extremely difficult for it to do so, but not impossible. So it makes it the play style for new players a lot easier. But it also gives the challenge for older players to be able to stun on people and go like 3-on-1 squad. And I
Yeah,
really like that about Apex. And now since they recently released the fucking, I think the best thing Modern Warfare ever did was the gunfights. I don't know if you watched those, but like it's a 2v2 or 3v3, and the Apex just released that as a 3v3 format for itself. And it's so I've had so much fun playing arenas on
the
it.
arenas.
Yeah, I've had so much fun playing arenas.
No, gunfight in Call of Duty is where you start off. Everyone starts off with one gun, and as you kill people, you
Yeah,
get
but
different
that's what I'm
guns.
saying. Like it reminds me of a gunfight feel, but mixed with CS:GO.
Okay,
Like
I
I
enjoyed
hated CS:GO
Call of
because
Duty.
CS:GO is like, oh hey, I already got my corner. He sniped. You're dead.
I never
And just
liked
watching
CS:GO.
corners. That's
I
why
never
I
liked.
didn't like CS:GO so much. But Apex, like you're able to move around. There's so many avenues to attack from. And the abilities are so cool for each of the characters. All of them are unique and fun to play. Like I don't like I have a couple of my mains, but like I still hop around like on every single Apex character. Like I don't stick to one singular character ever. It's just so much fun. But we are officially breaking over an hour now. So, this is a video game top 15 recommended list with me, Demi, your local god of calamity, your boy Tom Bombadillo, the fancy fool, and well, like, subscribe, follow us for more shenanigans. You know what we do? We do stupid shit all the time. At some point, I will start actually making videos of like my anime channel, but I don't know when that's actually gonna happen. Whenever I can figure out OBS, apparently. But we'll
I
see you
hope
guys on
that.
next episode of the Chaotic Discord. Bye.